Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Locker Room Podcast. We are here in lovely Central Florida. We are less than 48 hours away from NFL kickoff.
Yes.
Things are getting hot. Things are getting tense. But a lot of drafting going on, so I'll see what you guys did this week. Did we have draft this week?
Yeah.
Anything interesting?
Pretty happy with my drafts, honestly. I think I did pretty well. That's all I'll say about that.
Sorry, that was a weak intro, guys. I'm so sorry, but
no, it's a good intro.
Yeah, just to be better next time.
Ratchet up your game.
Get your shit together.
Yeah, it was bad. I'm sorry.
I had a good draft in
Got a
your
lot of
league,
shit
I
going
think.
Did you?
And in my league, it was less good. But I think it's because when you're trying to run, your focus is on making sure everybody else has a good experience, so you don't focus on yourself as much.
Rocky,
that doesn't seem like you at all.
You're a man of means.
Yeah.
Just hire somebody to do the damn draft board.
They did suggest that I hire I'm going to say this. They said hire a girl to.
What was the air quotes for the listeners? Rocky just air quoted the word girl.
I mean, because I think that they were not.
They don't identify
I think
as a
that
girl?
they were asking for a certain type of girl to be hired.
Like what?
Oh, they wanted like bottle service type of.
Like a really good-looking woman.
Well, we didn't say that. No, actually, we said the opposite.
I got you now.
We actually said the opposite.
Yeah.
See, now let me fill you in because it was me and my brother. The idea was, number one, you don't want to hire a guy to do it because I don't want a guy doing it that we don't know at our draft, right?
What is it?
Like write the
doing
names
the board,
on the
writing,
board.
recording everything.
Oh, you're talking like
What kind of self-respecting man signs up for that job?
Like
Like
a-
drafting.
no,
Let me
not
run
a
into
ring-
other
like a
people's
ring
draft
girl.
picks.
I mean,
No,
there's
not
a
a
lot
ring
of
girl.
guys that probably would do
or
it for
like
money.
like the girl
Fuck that.
from what's the oh my gosh,
I'm going to watch you
the
struggle.
game
Vanna
show,
White.
the game show where like
Vanna White.
give me an A.
Vanna
He
White.
said it 5
Is
times.
that Vanna
Vanna
White?
White.
There we
No,
go.
not like that.
All right.
What's the game show?
Board, you had to write all the names down, the years, the contract. So he's complaining about not having a good team because of that.
Oh, no, I'm not complaining. I'm
Well,
just saying
yeah, I
you
think
can't
that's
focus.
literally what you're doing.
No,
Yeah.
you can't focus, and it's not my, like, in
Wheel of
that
Fortune.
league, my...
That's what it is. Wheel of Fortune.
There you go.
You worked that out. Good job. In my league, I'm more concerned about you guys leaving thinking everything was fair, and like it was the same thing in your league where you got screwed by somebody.
No, yeah.
No mention of who,
He did that, not me.
but
You either are the screwer or the screwy. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
you gave in because it's your league and you don't want it to look like you did anything wrong.
Yeah.
When you were saying Vanna White, I'm like, that's not the game show
All right,
name.
so back to my point, because it was a great idea. It takes it out of your hands, and the reason it's not a guy is because that's just weird. And the reason it's not a really hot girl, because that also becomes really weird. So what you do is you hire two, and they got to be okay looking, because you don't want an absolute tank up there, and you
Hansel
don't
and
want.
Gretel.
So you see my reasoning for
I'm saying you don't
quotes.
want an absolute tank up there,
Yeah.
and you don't want a model either.
So
because
what's
the models up there, everybody's
What's the
like,
perfect name? What's the perfect name for a...
This just sounds like a bad idea.
For a
I think it's a
draft
great
MC?
idea.
It sounds like an idea.
Sounds like it should be a Helga.
ripe with like grenades. There's a lot of grenades
Why
around
is there
there.
grenades in there?
Because like,
You can't control yourself?
no. How do I explain this to my wife?
Because he's hooked up with a Helga
How do I know
before.
what
I
you
don't
guys
know.
consider to be not attractive enough?
All right,
But-
so you know what? I don't like when you be this guy. Just be you, okay?
So what-
Yeah.
No, I'm being
You
honest.
know what I'm
like,
saying? All right, you know what? We'll
So
move
you
on.
see what I'm saying?
We'll move on. I'm the bad guy.
So
Nobody
wait,
knows what I'm talking
what's
about.
your qualifications? 2 tits and a pulse? Is that what you're saying?
Oh my
Like
God.
anything
This is the
like
wrong-
that?
this is not the show for that.
Here we go.
I just think there's no Indeed application for that.
right.
No, there's
yeah.
not. You just go to a bar,
I mean, how do
a
I
sports bar. I'm saying,
how do
hey,
I
what are you doing
publish that
Sunday?
job? I
You wanna
need a
make couple
girl.
$100.
I'm surprised
I
they don't
need
do
a
that
girl,
for B-dubs.
definitely not a guy. You can't be that attractive, but you can't be a tank.
Rocky,
Like,
but you don't have to.
like,
That's perfect.
how do
So
I
go
put
on.
that description up?
You-
And
you
who
just did it.
All right, so
who
you know what?
applies for that
You
job?
just did it.
Here we go.
And Helga applies.
You know what? Now you're really tickling my gourd here, okay? Because you're being this guy.
Grinding your
when
gears?
it's not. It's
Tickling your gourd.
it's almost grinding my gears. You know what I'm talking about. Number one. Number
I
two.
don't.
You don't have to put out an ad to hire someone. All right. What is this? Listen, if you go research it, a bunch of drafts have women that do the draft board and all that stuff for
Like
them. Okay?
Van, whatever her name is.
And if there was a women's fantasy league,
Vin
they
Diesel.
would probably hire a guy to do it.
Vanna White's
Okay?
a smoke show,
Vin
though.
Diesel or whatever her name is.
Vanna White's like 68, right?
Yeah, she was a smoke show in her day, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
She
you
was-
said she is a smoke show.
Well, for you, she still is. I'm
could-
saying back in the
You
day.
could probably make
she
like the
was-
title for that Indeed application like draft analytical manager / floor coordinator and like someone you might actually catfish somebody into a good job.
Draft girl.
Well,
Because that's what you're looking for. Though.
Yeah, nailed it.
Like I just said, if there was a league full of women that playing fantasy football and they wanted that, they wouldn't hire a woman. They'd probably hire a guy.
But it'd probably be a really good looking guy.
Well, that's their prerogative.
Yeah.
Were you judging them?
No, I'm not at all.
All right, well, shut up then.
Wheel of Fortune.
So,
looking
talk
for-
about grinding my gears.
Looking for a subpar attractive woman to entertain a room full of guys.
You don't
put
have,
it on Indeed.
You don't have to do that, though. You just look at
Okay.
them. I
Do you
mean,
see why it's hard?
But it's not.
This is fantastic.
This is,
Hey, you're a semi-
arguing this, huh? Okay.
Hey, you're a semi-attractive woman. Do you want to come and be?
We have not even gotten to the show yet.
No, because it's stupid. You don't understand what I'm saying?
Are you a
You
five?
don't have to ask somebody.
I'm just buying
hey,
you.
are you attractive? Are you attractive enough? Are you too attractive? You just look at them
Hey,
and decide.
are you a 5 and you love writing names on a board? Come on down.
I almost made a bad joke.
You should have.
This is a good intro, though, and this is a lot.
Sure it is. So grinding my gears. I think you want to respond to last week's grinding my gears. Go.
Yeah, so if you didn't check out last week's episode, we introed a new segment called Grinding Our Gears, where one of us goes on a tangent about whatever you want to talk about, and we just kind of let you do it.
Or
so
a tantrum.
Or a tantrum. I was watching at
did he
the, on the
Tangent. Well, he was right, but I'm also throwing tantrum in
I was
there.
sitting on my, the wonderful comfort of my couch watching this entertaining video that you guys put up, and then I started, my name was getting mentioned.
It was a
in there.
good video.
It was one of our best episodes.
Oh, you don't like when your name is mentioned negatively on a show, Zach?
No, in fact, it was very flattering to me. My cheeks were getting red, and I was a little.
Which ones?
I'm just kidding. Well, all of them, all 3. So I wanted to kind of respond about this gear that got grinded. I would first like to apologize, and I literally wrote notes then because I want to make sure I do this right to you.
A little too much.
I thought about this because I have a heart, and
I think he's going to drop it like Shawnee dropped. No, he actually put them on his computer so he can drop them.
Yep.
What's
so
your agenda?
Don't look
here?
at it.
Huh?
So I first want to.
What's your agenda?
I first genuinely want to say I'm sorry
Don't be genuine.
because I forgot. I genuinely forgot
Don't
about
be
the whole
genuine.
restricted free agent. Like you lose the pick
Oh, I want to hate
You're not
so
sorry
stop.
unless you seal it with a kiss.
because of that. So I was very confused at first when I didn't have it, and then I did offer you the 12th.
Yeah.
I did genuinely like you could have it.
Yes.
And then I thought about it too because the biggest gear that was grinded was not that like all that really happened, but
Yeah,
the
that
fact
wasn't that sucked. But
Yeah,
that wasn't.
But the
gear.
fact that like you drafted Traylon Burks with the 11th overall
Right.
pick, and then that went back in the treasure chest, and then I drafted Traylon Burks with the 12th.
Yes.
But then I thought to myself, like, you wouldn't have had Traylon Burks anyways, right?
How
That's
so?
a good point.
Because
How so?
you
What
weren't
do you
going
mean
to be.
that's a good
You were
point?
drafting at the end of the second anyways with that comp pick because you didn't want my
Yeah,
12.
that's true. Yes.
So why would I not take the best available player?
All right. Well, do you want me to respond?
Yeah, genuinely.
Okay. So, do you want a parallel or just in that situation? All right. So for that situation, if it was me,
No, but that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Though. So like I get what you were thinking, but then I'm thinking to myself like if you drafted with a 13th overall pick,
yeah.
maybe that would have crossed my mind.
But
You didn't. But Traylon Burks wasn't there in the first place. for
So
you.
the beginning of this is that you didn't have the pick that I was supposed to have, right?
yes,
So I made the pick, went
And then you
back, and
didn't
gave them.
offer it to Phil.
No,
and
no,
then
no, no.
reverse.
He offered it to me, right?
the 12th. Yes.
I was gracious enough to let you keep it.
Sure.
So I would expect that you were going to keep the pick you made and not turn around and take the guy that you knew I took.
But who does that benefit though?
Me.
It benefits whoever picks 13th and takes Traylon Burks.
Well, I could have just said I'll take the 12th pick, and then you wouldn't have had nobody.
but that wasn't the situation though.
I know that. What I'm saying is not a law. What I'm saying is, if I extended the grace to give you the pick, let you keep the pick.
I just don't.
I like how
you ask why.
I like how you keep making the point where you
What
were
would have made it all right is if we both lost out on Traylon Burks.
Yes.
Let me ask you a
My
question.
head.
I guess but I was thinking draft board like.
Let me ask you a question,
because I
though.
was looking at Traylon Burks before, and then I was like, okay, I guess now I have to take him.
But it's like if we were in a car and we were both dying, a car accident, we both were dying.
Wow.
And I was like, hey, man.
It got dark
It's
quick.
getting dark. Hey, man, you're younger than me. You got a lot more life to live. You go. And then you go screw my wife. It's like that. Now,
I don't know if
Just take
that's
the life.
comparable.
Just take your life and go.
So
oh.
to sum it up, his wife.
You're dying. You're on fire. I can't feel my
I
legs.
do
his
wanna-
wife
He's
is
knocking
Traylon
on your
Burks.
wife's door.
Yeah.
Hey,
Like,
hey,
oh, yeah.
Can
So
I?
he's gone.
What I
Well,
do- what I thought was funny though is
But
like
this isn't Jimmy Garoppolo.
even when you mentioned it in the draft, like about like because we finished the draft tournament, we took like a pizza break or something, and then you were talking like, oh you had me mad. I couldn't tell if you like I didn't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Like I did not read the room at all because like when Rocky said like kind of defending me, I appreciate that a little bit. He said like I don't think he knew what he was doing. I genuinely did not read the room in that situation.
I
I had
wasn't
no
in-
idea.
Well, I think you were like 4 Trulies deep too at that point. So
I wasn't. They're blue moons, and I totally was probably
So it takes
close
6.
to sober.
Oh yeah, the
To be honest with
mistake
you.
part. I didn't have an issue. Like I had an issue, but I
And
understood you made a mistake.
Genuinely forgot about
So
that.
the mistake part was like whatever. I ate it. It was the taking Treylon Burks. It was like the.
I'm-
it was like
I'm-
the nail.
You thought
in the coffin.
You
I
thought
was
like
Jesus.
emotionally about that. I was thinking
Oh, super
logically.
emotional.
Okay,
Yes.
I guess
Yeah.
that's the divide there.
Well,
Yeah.
see, but because if I was thinking logically, when you said you could take my 12 pick, I said, all right, cool, you
Yeah,
take it. Yeah.
Which I wish you did.
So what happened?
Yeah.
But did you though? Because then you
Je-
turned around and
wouldn't-
didn't.
I wouldn't have offered it. I guarantee you, I
I
wouldn't
know,
have
but
offered
then
it.
you
I would have
turned
had you
around and
ask
said-
for it
You did
All right.
smile though when you said Treylon. You did smile.
because I thought in my brain I was like,
Yeah.
good. I got the player that I wanted because he wasn't going to you in the first place. If you were the 13th overall pick, I would have not drafted him.
Yeah. I know,
Promise
but I
you
was
that.
supposed to be the 11th.
But you weren't though.
But I
because
picked-
you didn't
yeah,
have
I-
a pick that you traded.
I think either way, it's my fault at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
we agree
and
to disagree.
I
All right.
genuinely I do apologize.
Grind my gears.
Well, I mean, Phil likes ranch on wings, so obviously he's going to think about this emotionally. Speaking
Check
of
out-
emotional, dude, what is up with these pictures we're getting, man?
Oh, guys on draft.
Yeah.
Mark was referencing guys on draft.
You just did that. I was supposed to do that.
Wait,
Yeah,
I was trying to lead you in.
Yeah.
different episode.
So guys on draft.
Then cut it.
There's a great.
I'm confused.
Yeah, there's a great line about.
I was trying to lead Phil into
Yeah.
what he wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
yeah. So if you're wondering about that tangent that we're talking about, go to like I think 47-minute mark on that last episode. But we have another show that we can mention probably, and it's guys on draft.
yeah, it's a great. I honestly, I said this last week. I'll say it again. I think we're kind of hitting our stride. Each show gets a little bit funnier.
We're funny.
Yeah, we are very funny.
We're entertaining.
My daughters, it's a high watermark, laughed out loud at our episode, which
They LOL'd.
yeah, which almost never happens. They don't necessarily like to admit that I'm funny, but they did. Mark does get a little bit angry in this episode, but we love Mark. We
I
love
was
Mark.
triggered.
Heavy
Yeah.
cream.
But we love Mark.
And you know what? Any self-respecting nurse out there will also be triggered.
That's right.
Get the whole workforce against
Yeah.
us now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think most nurses have a sense of humor, and they'll
Oh, they do.
find that funny.
They do.
Yeah.
Except they don't like to, it be said that their job is bullshit and
No,
they're
I didn't
not
say-
taking care of people.
I didn't say their job. I
Wow.
said
I'm just
your
saying.
job. Kind of.
I'm just saying.
Let's
To be
not get
fair.
upset again, please.
Okay, so check that out.
Yeah, check that out.
Yeah. So, I guess I'll bring this to the table. I've been sending some pics in the group chat.
Yeah,
dude,
you
we're-
have been.
And I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling I'm accomplished. There's a bit of pride going on,
Yeah.
and I'm just trying to pass it on.
And you want
You're
some support.
losing weight.
Losing weight, but more importantly,
you.
just feeling better. And here's the thing: this is the most crucial time of year. You
It
know,
is.
football Sundays, football Thursdays, football Mondays are coming. And I don't know
Wings.
how you guys are. I mean,
Chips.
I'm drinking a beer at
Beer.
least, whatever game I'm watching. So I'm just trying to push my compatriots out here to get in that iron barn. You know what I'm saying?
Why the fuck are you looking at me
Because
the
I'm
entire
really-
time? Like, you're not even looking anywhere else, dude.
I'm not worried about
You're
it.
like deadpanned in my face.
You're the easiest guy to look at right here.
Duh.
So it's for you and Rocky, but
You
that's why I've been.
son of a
How are you guys receiving those?
No, I like them. They are convicting.
like 'em?
We've kind of I like them a lot
I
actually.
mean, why not?
We've been
They're good.
They are.
kind
I mean,
of like
they're motivating.
yeah. I feel like we've been trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
We've been trying to work out more, and
Yeah.
we've been talking about how like I'm doing a lot of cardio, but not a lot of weight
Yeah, you
training.
need to do
So
some weight.
yeah, it's good to get
You
in
know
there
what?
and mix it up.
The
a little
first
bit.
picture that you sent, you in the mirror, you had good physique going on there.
Better if his shirt would have been off. I think.
Yeah, the
Well, I'm not ready for that.
The second one was what 370. That was what a leg press, right?
Yeah, leg press.
I mean, full disclosure, my first thought was, well, I mean, he doesn't have very fucking far to press it. I mean, he's got tiny little legs.
That's fine.
But still,
Oh wow.
Is it wrong that that's,
that's
what I
fine.
thought too?
still impressive.
I guess.
I mean,
it's
but you're getting
it's
it.
the
I'm not
sentiment.
getting it.
know what?
You're getting at it. So kudos.
I think The pictures are fine, but let's see some videos. Let's see some.
Oh, you want video?
Let's get a workout.
Yeah,
Let's get a routine. Let's get a Phil's Tuesday workout. Send to the
You know
chat.
what? Yeah, that
I'm
would
very-
be good if you do some TikToks.
I'm very not the guy to record myself in the gym.
No, but maybe you
Yeah,
should
me
because
neither.
maybe it'll help some of our TikTokers. We have a lot of people that follow us on TikTok. Maybe
Yeah.
we could glisten you
I
up
get-
with a little
I
bit of
peg-
oil there and
I'm
let you
pegging-
go at it.
I'm pegging you for a guy that makes funny noises when he lifts. Then
Funny
is that,
noises?
Is that what it is?
What's the funny
No.
noise though? What do you think?
As he's
does that?
like pressing. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Why would you not video? You can take a selfie in a bathroom
It was
mirror,
in
but
the-
you can't
yeah.
videotape
Oh,
yourself
I
actually using the machine.
I snuck the selfie. I wasn't out there. I just walked up to the mirror and took it real quick. I'm not
Yeah,
trying
it seemed
to,
like you posed. The light was right.
No, the light was
Yeah,
right.
I mean, they seem like you darkened the bathroom a little bit.
I look good.
You looked okay. You looked okay.
So,
Yeah.
But in the gym on the floor, I mean, I'm not setting up I'm not doing that. I
Yeah.
just don't have it in me.
Yeah.
I make fun of people that do that, so I can't
Wear a
go ahead and
GoPro.
do
That's
it.
fair.
Okay, you buy it.
A GoPro.
You
All
buy
right.
it, I'll wear it. You buy GoPro, I'll wear it in the gym.
All right, deal,
Legit, I'll wear it right
Yeah?
in the mirror. Yep.
deal.
You get the whole workout right to your laptop. Whatever you guys want to do.
Never
with it.
mind. Undeal. I did not. Nope. Want no parts of that.
Undeal.
All right, so it's time to go to my boy Zach.
Yeah, that's a new drop that we're implementing because a lot of our takes are from TikTok.
of them,
Every episode
We're
we
TikTok famous.
slightly. Every episode we try and highlight a few comments that you guys put on either Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever you have it. The first one is from One Time 847. This was talking about your guys' fantasy league winners. Go and check out that video on TikTok or Instagram. And then this guy commented, "I love Josh Jacobs. Got me thinking." Like he's calling you, "I love Josh Jacobs," I guess. Like this guy. He said, "Like this guy, LOL. Late rounds, realizing offense getting stacked with Devontae Adams. Will we see a higher scoring offense?" So you got the people thinking about, is Josh Jacobs undervalued a slight bit?
You got me thinking too when you said that.
100%.
So yeah, that's the first
Write
one.
it down.
Yeah, good.
Circle it.
Yeah, good for you, Mark. Finally.
Finger on the pulse.
Now, good job. And now we're gonna bring it down. You guys were talking about Aaron Rodgers, and he smokes cracks. Mark said that Aaron Rodgers smokes crack in a cave in Cuba, and I thought that
That's
was
right.
genuinely hilarious.
Yeah, and I think we pointed out quickly it's not Cuba.
So
And it wasn't crack.
and he's wearing that Bears hat he probably goes to sleep in. So user 6942, a bunch of numbers, said it looks like Mark has daddy issues.
So,
What? 'Cause
Aaron
he's your
Rodgers
dad.
is his
Yeah,
daddy.
because Aaron
yeah.
Rodgers is your daddy.
Yeah, I know. I know what they meant.
Good
Fucking
job.
cheeseheads.
Yeah.
And then the last one, I don't want to rip on Mark again. I have a few that I'm keeping on here. I have a few that I don't want to give them all at once. The last comment is from Adam_Hale. This was about our other segment that we released called Smash or Pass. We did AFC East, which I think is an incredible new segment. You should watch that if you haven't already. And they said that the last guy didn't miss once. Talking about Phil,
Oh, nice.
that he went probably 16 for 16
I
or
don't
however
remember
many
what
he
I
did.
said, but all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
good.
a little bit of praise, a little bit of not so
Then
praise.
we got some news too, don't we?
Yeah, big news. Aside from our social media that we currently do already through TikTok, Instagram, whatever, we're working with CHALKBOARD. CHALKBOARD is, if you haven't heard about them, they're a popular app that has been getting a lot of spotlight over the last few years. It's basically like Discord, if you're familiar with Discord, and it's really for your sports lovers, whether it be betting, just talking about games.
Trash talking.
Trash talking, just information. It's kind of like a Bleacher Report and like a Discord, like Had a Child. It's a really cool app, and we're going to be on there now. We're going to have a few different things on there. We're going to go through our pressing issues on there. I mean, we'd imagine we do our breakdown of games.
We're going to
just
do some
general game chat.
picks, I think. We're
Yeah.
going to do some cheat
Yeah.
sheets for fantasy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I'm
gonna be
actually started working on a cheat sheet, a weekly cheat sheet
Yeah.
for like a PPR league where it just kind of like my stream of thought on who I would start. So, but there'll be tons of
Yeah.
tons of
Sometimes
stuff
you'll be
out
able to
there.
talk to
I
us.
got my boys on
one
the
of
app.
us, all of us.
It's
I mean,
generally a really cool app, and
Yeah, it is.
the link information will be probably right here. Insert Phil editing.
Right.
We'll put it in the link description as well. I think you should really check it out. And if you don't watch the show for its entirety because we talk a shit ton, check out that app because that's where the meat and potatoes is going to be, and it'll be a fun time, I think.
Yeah.
It will be a fun time. And let's get to our. Okay, go for it.
Well, I was going to
You
say, and even though we make fun of each other, the reality is I listen to a lot of what these guys say.
Mark's won a lot of championships, I think.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I've heard,
when you
allegedly.
like shoot a million bullets, you're gonna hit a couple things. But
That is also true.
Doesn't
But
matter as long as the ROI is positive. It don't matter.
but all joking
We like
aside,
money.
I do like the way that each one of us thinks a little bit different, and so I think that you do get some real good input.
You get different points of view for sure. All right, let's get to pressing.
Pressing issues. What's the issue? If there's issues, we're gonna press them.
Yeah, come on down. Hey, baby, ready. I think I'm going to play that at my funeral.
Oh my
Such a
God.
beautiful thing.
Okay, so what we're going to talk about first today, I don't know if you guys noticed, but last couple days, ever since Serena got eliminated from the U.S. Open, right? There's been a question: I seen that a couple people said she was a top 5 athlete of all time, and it's kind of been like a hot button debate on sports talk shows. So I thought, why don't we throw our hats in the ring, and what do we think? I mean, I think she's obviously number 1 woman athlete of all
Okay.
time, right? I
Yes.
think that goes
Yep.
without saying. I think it gets a little bit murky when you start bringing in male athletes, unfortunately, because there's just so many.
And
but
it's just different, let's
Yeah.
be honest.
where do we stand? I mean, we're not saying most talented, best. Well, we're saying greatest, right?
Yeah.
So
I
It's
think
hard. It's hard to compare.
just real quick, I think everybody wants to include a female
Yeah.
because we feel like, especially in 2020, hey, this is the right thing to do.
It's 2022.
2022. But I do think that, like, you guys both bring up good points. Like, do we? Because I think if we're gonna say we believe she's a top 5 athlete,
Who are you taking out?
yeah, who you taking out? And I think that would be, and maybe like, who do you guys even right now? Who populates your top 5?
Yeah. So I think of athletes that play more than one sport really well. So I want to kind of put Bo Jackson up there. I don't think Deion Sanders is a top 5 athlete, but that's a name that I would maybe consider, at least just because, if you can play 2 things really well, I think that, plays a part. I mean, obviously you have your Michael Jordans in there. I can't give you a top 5 in order. But
I can.
Yeah.
Well, not in order, but I can ring 5 off.
you think it's
But I
top-
mean, like, do you real quick? Like,
Yeah.
do you consider Bo Jackson? Because like,
No.
I think on possibility, yes.
Yeah.
But the longevity piece.
Yeah,
I was
wasn't
going to
there for
ask
me.
about Tiger Woods.
Well, so but Bo Jackson, what I found interesting is that I would have had that flip. I would have Deion in there before I would have Bo.
because
You
he
think
had
so?
the years.
He had the years, and he was a good player. I mean,
Couldn't hit a curve.
But if we're just
No.
talking, are we talking talent or are we
No,
talking
greatest.
just like great, like their
Greatest.
sport? Oh,
greatest.
okay.
Yeah.
I think you
That's
like-
why she's in the conversation
Yeah,
at all.
yeah,
Right.
Because
Right.
athletically, I mean.
I mean, then at that point, it's obviously Tiger Woods. Then it's the whole Jordan versus LeBron.
So give me
debate.
5 real quick. Ring them off.
All
Off
right.
the top of your head. Nobody's holding you to it.
Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan. Shit, man.
Tom Brady. You have to say Tom Brady,
Yeah, I
right?
guess Tom Brady's up there. He's got.
I can't believe I'm the one saying it, but
I can't either. That's amazing.
yeah.
God, I don't know,
That's
man.
3.
There's so many.
I'll give you
Yeah.
5.
Go.
Jordan.
Martin Brodeur.
No.
Gotta throw-
Jordan, Muhammad Ali.
Yep.
I will also go Tom Brady. Obviously, I'm going Wayne Gretzky.
You got like Jesse Owens. You got Jim Brown. You got guys that are like amazing athletes.
Wayne Gretzky, right?
Yeah.
And just if you look at his stats, more dominant than any player in any other sport.
His stats are insane.
His stats. You want to hear a stat on Wayne Gretzky?
Yes. I hope it's the one where he compares.
You know what points are, right? Like in hockey, it's goals and assists.
Mm-hmm.
If you take all Wayne Gretzky's goals away, he still leads the NHL history of points.
Yeah,
Just with his assists.
I don't disagree with you at all. But like, what I'm wondering about is, okay, so who do you put in for baseball?
Baseball, I would put Babe Ruth.
I feel like that's how you got to do it. You got to pick a
Yeah, you have to
athlete
pick
from,
each
try and make it
sport.
as
It would
most
be
well-rounded as you
it'd
can.
Be Babe Ruth or
See, I think Babe Ruth played.
Hank Aaron, Mickey Mantle. But the thing is, Babe Ruth, people that don't know what baseball is, know Babe Ruth.
Yeah, but I would
Yeah.
almost
And he played over 100 years ago?
that, and so that's my issue is that like you lose something with, because like what I'm always thinking is could they still be relevant today?
We'll never know that, though.
We won't, but I have a pretty good guess.
Yeah, but we can't. It's not fair either because they're just competing in their time.
Yeah.
Also, so
Yeah, you're right. They'd have the techniques of today and all that too. But like I think there's other baseball players that I might put in there before him.
So then you're saying
there's a
Serena's,
Yankee
Serena's
I would
not
put
in
in
there
there.
for you. Serena's
no,
not
she's
top
not.
five.
No, because if we're talking about man to man, man to woman skills, what you're saying about other baseball players, that's the conversation is greatest. She's not in the conversation unless we're not talking about greatest players of all time. Greatness is winning, legacy, reputation.
I don't think it's wrong to have a list that is male and a list that is female, because here's what is she number one in tennis? Would she be if you were just saying top 5 and you had to include somebody who played tennis, because I think you got.
No, I don't think she'd be. But I think if you did a top 5 for tennis, she would break that list,
Yes.
even if
100%.
men were included.
Yes.
She might be 1 or 2 on that list.
So I think that's what we might like. I would say she's definitely top 5 tennis, 100% for sure. Is she top 5 all sports?
I said no. I
No,
just gave
but
you
she's
my
probably
list,
like top 10.
Anybody else going to put a list
Man,
out there? No.
Olympic
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do
champion,
one.
multiple Grand Slam winner. I mean, I know there's one person that's not impressed with her, and that's some woman you've frankly never heard of. And she called Serena out and was beefing with her because she played tennis back in the 60s and has apparently won one more Grand Slam than Serena in 7 less years.
Yep.
And went on to further point out
I got my
how
top
she
5.
won more tournaments post children than Serena did. Like, it was
Oh, wow.
Okay,
So
so
here you're 5.
intense.
I don't know if this is in the particular order, but off the top of my head, I'll go MJ, Tom Brady, Muhammad Ali, which I didn't think about originally. Michael Phelps, I think, is a top 5 athlete of all time. And then I didn't say Tiger Woods, so I'll say Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I would not give it to Tiger. I don't even think Tiger is
I'm thinking
the
greatest.
best in golf.
But when you think golf, you think Tiger Woods.
Yeah, you do, because we have recency bias. But like if you look at like who the greatest golfer was, he could have done it had he not gotten injured. Probably would have done it, but he's just fallen off so far.
Well, I
recently.
When you say injured, do you mean cheat on your wife and then get the shit beat out of you with a 9-iron?
I mean, call it whatever you want,
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
but I would say
I
like
digress.
I like populate my top 5 would be
Let's see your
very
top 5.
similar. So I do like Muhammad Ali. I think he's a great pick. I do think Tom Brady has to be in there. I do think it's Michael and not LeBron because he did more in a briefer period. I think that's kind of where I start bogging down. Like your Yankee just retired, and I'm blanking on its name, but that would
Derek
be
Jeter?
Yeah, I would consider Jeter.
Jeter,
You know,
yeah, but it's Babe Ruth.
See, now I would think Mariano Rivera before I thought Jeter, because I think Mariano
I do
Rivera
like-
was just he was
Lights
was
out.
better at his position than Jeter was at his.
Yeah, but-
in all-time rankings.
That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, I do think.
But I would think for me
I mean,
that
I
makes
think
him.
any-
I think that makes him a better baseball player.
But that's not what we're arguing either.
I do think Wayne Gretzky would be on. I think I would have to look at Nadal in tennis. Like I think that there's other tennis players that I would say, hey, these guys accomplish a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't think she'd be top 5. I do think she'd be top 10.
Okay. That answers the question then.
All right, so I guess that's over and done with, and we'll move on to our next order of business, which was a crazy nutso game. Were they playing in Florida or were they in Bedlam?
They were in New Orleans,
They were.
Okay.
Superdome,
Yeah.
which
Did
I
you
heard
guys
the
watch?
city
I
was
just watched,
taken
I watched
over.
the condensed game. Did you guys watch the game?
I saw the
did.
condensed
Yeah.
highlights. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually watched the game. I watched the whole whole second half.
It's crazy, right?
It was a crazy game, man. And Brian Kelly shows you why you don't go front to back, man. You do that to your recruits. You scare them off, and then guess what? You don't have playmakers at the end of the game.
It's going to be crash and burn for him. Do you guys see what he said at halftime? Oh
No,
my
I
gosh.
didn't.
They were talking about like the performance from LSU so far, and then I'm paraphrasing here, but he said something along the lines of like, well, it can't get any much worse. And then he said, well, who knows? It's my first game, right? And then starts laughing. Literally said that.
That's funny though.
Ridiculous.
Brian Kelly's
I respect him
No,
being
the-
able to have some levity there.
the clown. He didn't. I don't think he realized what he said. I
Oh,
don't.
well, if
I don't
that's
think
the
so.
I
case.
don't think you
Which
realize
is
what
possible.
he was doing either.
The clown
I mean,
meter is going through the roof.
you
with
have
Brian Kelly.
arguably the greatest wide receiver in the nation right now, Kayvon Booty, and he didn't have his first reception until 3.5 minutes in the fourth
Well,
quarter.
and now I don't know if you saw, but right after the game, he
He is-
deleted everything of LSU.
Yep.
And now there's talk that he may actually be entering the transfer portal.
I don't blame
Oh
him.
wow.
Yeah, so he's pissed.
I mean,
And
it was so mismanaged. It was ridiculous. LSU should have never been in that game at the end of it.
So we want to recap what happened quickly since you watched it.
So towards the end of the game, LSU muffs a punt when they get a chance to get the ball back to come down and score. They muff a punt. FSU gets
How much were they down?
They were down by a score.
Okay.
So they're down by a touchdown. Muffs a punt for a second time in the game. FSU gets the ball in the red zone. They push it down to the 2. It's 3rd and goal at this point. I mean, they can ice the game. They can just put it away. Whoever the bonehead coach for FSU calls a toss sweep of all goddamn plays on the 2, and the toss goes awry, and LSU jumps on the ball.
Yeah.
So LSU has a minute and a half. They methodically go down the field. I mean, it was fantastic.
Was it
it looked amazing.
98 yards or something?
Yeah,
Close to it?
98 yards.
Yep.
They come down, they score
With 1 second on the clock, right?
with one, and it was because a guy, the tight end, had not gotten out of bounds. They ruled him inbounds.
Oh wow.
Then FSU calls a timeout so that LSU didn't have to snap the ball on the signal. So it gave them like extended time to call their play. They score, and now the extra point is blocked for his second.
So now
block kick of
I
the
think
game.
I was seeing some criticism from I think Paul Feinbaum saying, why do you not go for the 2 there?
It's hindsight, in my opinion.
that's what I was going to ask. Like, what would you guys? Because 1 would have tied it, right?
Yeah.
So 2 would have won the game. What would you guys have done?
Being LSU and not being ranked at this juncture, I mean, LSU is usually ranked at the beginning of the season every year. They're not ranked. They're in the SEC. They have a huge slate coming up. This would have been a statement make or break game. They should have gone for broke there. They should have tried to get ranked and then try to
I agree
make
with
some
you.
noise in the SEC.
I agree with you. I think if they had scored the 2-point conversion, win the game, I think what Brian would have said, I started rough, I came back, I proved I belong. Like, I think it was a statement that he could have made to the rest of the SEC that I'm not a chump.
You disagree? Let me hear.
I think my bigger gripe in it is hindsight's 2020. So the fact that this is kind of a criticism is, I don't know, a little ridiculous in my opinion. I think they were going on borrowed time. So I think they were just trying to kick the extra point and get to overtime and maybe kind of recoup and take a breath and figure it out. You just went 98 yards.
I agree with
You can argue both
that
sides.
makes sense.
I mean, they had momentum.
I think what we're thinking is that he had a chance to kind of.
You kill them when they're down, like when they're on the ropes.
But
I
this
think
is
they were
why
on the
like
ropes.
I'm half and half because I agree with you guys. I think
It's different than the NFL.
I just think not being ranked at this point and being LSU in the SEC, like now you're screwed,
Well,
man.
it's like,
Now you're
wasn't
0-1 and have to run that gamut.
wasn't it Vrabel that like went for maybe it was Vrabel or Frank Wright, one of the two, like kept going for 2-point conversions to win games and it seemed not so good and now he's one of the best coaches in the league.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the things where like it makes sense to go for it, but I don't know. I think you're just trying to tie it up, trying to go to overtime.
I mean, what I'm always like, what I always tend to go for is FSU pretty much led, right? I mean, they looked like they were going to win.
Oh, they dominated the game.
Yeah, they're at the
Should
goal
have
line.
won.
Yeah.
They fumble the ball, so they're down right then. LSU takes it, drives 98 yards, scores. They have got FSU on the ropes.
Yeah.
And I think at that point, you're freaking out. There's a bunch of young players at FSU, and I think you call the 2 and you're hoping you catch them unaware. That's just me. I think that they had them on the ropes, whereas by kicking the extra point, at very best, they get the chance to give them a chance to regroup. So I would always go right for the win, but that's just me.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I know there was some talk about Brian Kelly, being overpaid.
They're all overpaid,
Is
guys.
the
Come
book
on.
out on him, or do we think they could rebound? I know you just said they're screwed, but I mean, I still feel like there's a chance. I don't know that they're going to be able to run the gamut of the SEC, but
And I don't know how you mishandle a wide receiver of Booty's caliber, man. And against an
how do you
FSU
mishandle
team.
Booty?
How do you mishandle Booty?
I mean, I'll be curious to see if he does transfer because, listen, if he enters a transfer portal,
It's over for Kelly at that point.
Oh, I think he's lost a fan base who were already
Oh,
kind of
100%.
wondering what the hell do we do?
He's a meme, man. I hate for him to be my head coach. He's just fire. at
Yeah,
this
but
point.
you know what? People don't like Urban being their head coach, but if you win a championship, they like you all of a sudden. So Kelly,
Yeah, when he
has
helps,
to
but
win.
what has he done?
He has to win.
Yeah.
He has to win.
All right. So, is there any other this week? Any games coming up that you guys have circled? Any big matchups in college football I'm talking about?
I see. Go ahead. Did you have something? Sorry.
I know for somebody like me that doesn't follow college as
I haven't
much,
even looked.
it's helpful to like get little
I
pointers to where to go.
I don't know. Like I'm going to let you go first.
Yeah.
But I have a thought on college football. in
I
general.
I'm the same way a little bit, Phil. So like my answer is pretty quickly because I mean I go to UCF, so I'm interested in how they're going to play Louisville, especially since FSU plays them the following week, I believe. So I'm just interested in the legacy that UCF is trying to build right now. That's where I'm tunnel vision, to be honest with you.
By the way, I'm working, and I think I'm pretty close to getting us 4 tickets to the UCF versus Cincinnati game in October. If you guys are interested.
October what?
I mean, I don't know off the top of my head.
Well, we have a lot of stuff going on in October.
Okay, so you're not invited.
Okay. I mean, we have a trip.
You all might not be. Yeah, I guess I'll stick to other people then.
Here you go. Bingo, right off the bat. This is a huge game. Welcome to the SEC Texas as you face number 1 Alabama this Saturday at noon.
Well, and Texas did look good. Quinn Ewers, who transferred from Ohio State, looked pretty good. Looked like
16
real
and
deal.
24 for 225 and 2 TDs.
Yeah. This is what I find really interesting in college football, and I think of us 4, I probably watch more college football, or I'm deeper into it than I'm not sure how deep you are into it, Mark.
Yeah,
Mark doesn't get that deep.
I'm usually very deep. Just in college football, I tend to go a little shallow.
So this is what I find interesting.
I work the rim.
There's a bunch of games that you would normally say I could care less, but there's backstories. Yeah. And there's three games. I'm only going to mention one because it's near and dear to my heart. Yeah. Ohio State, Arkansas State should be a blowout, complete blowout, except Arkansas State has a former 5-star quarterback that got in trouble and was cut from a Division I school and is their quarterback. Yeah. They've got Brian Snead, who was a 5-star running back that was at Ohio State that got in trouble, that got sent to junior college and came back up. And when you look at it, there's 5 players that are absolute studs that would have played in Alabama, Ohio State, all these great schools, but couldn't because they got in trouble, but because of the new transfer rules are now on Arkansas State.
So what I'm hearing is take the points with Arkansas State.
So, 100% because, first of all, they're getting like 40 points.
Oh, jeez.
Number one.
Okay.
And normally you'd say, 100%.
I wish I could make a bet.
Except for, in this situation, the only advantage Ohio State has is the lines. Both their lines will be bigger and stronger and faster. But when you look at skill position, Arkansas State has some real firepower. Yeah. So I think that's an interesting caveat in college football because of the transfer portal.
What's the line on the Appalachian State?
Which was another
Texas
good
A&M game.
That was a good game.
I mean, they scored 40?
They hung 40 on North Carolina in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
I
did see that.
I'm calling upset alert here.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
Appalachian State to take out Texas A&M.
All right, so moving on to our newest section, Smash or Pass. Smash or Pass. Last week we did the AFC East edition. This week we're switching over to the NFC East, which is near and dear to me and your heart.
Yep.
And just to reiterate, since
the NFC least,
you weren't here, and just for anybody that didn't watch last week
or didn't pay attention,
the way this works is I will not be asking questions. I'm going to make a statement. It will be related to the NFC East in some way, and you guys just say smash or pass. If you guys say something interesting, we can maybe push it a little bit, but let's just get some smashes, get some passes, and get this thing rolling. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
I don't like how I'm first. Dictates it all.
It's easy. Don't think too hard. All right.
Never do.
Dak Prescott will win a Super Bowl.
Pass.
That's a pass.
I'll pass. I'll take the field here.
I will also pass on that.
Easy.
Okay. Jalen Hurts will throw 20 touchdowns this season.
Pass. I mean, no, sorry, smash.
I'm going to smash that.
I'm going to smash it.
I'm going to pass that. He threw 16 last year. All right. Daniel Jones will be Giants starter next year.
What's it? Is he on his 5th year option right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was signed to his 5th year option. right?
No. He's on his 4th year. They passed
So-
on it. Yeah.
So
they could franchise him or re-sign him next year.
Yeah.
but it's one of those two.
Yes.
Fuck. Pass.
Yeah, you are passing. I'm smashing. Let me tell you why. This is a perfect year for Daniel Jones. He's got a lot of goddamn talent. I think New York's going to surprise some people. They're not going to draft high enough to go out and get their franchise quarterback anyway, even if they wanted to. So I think Daniel Jones is back in the blue leading them next year, too.
All right, Rocky.
I'm going to agree almost point for point. I'm going to smash it because I think they are going to be good enough. I think if they were bad and they had the number 1 pick, they might go ahead and pick a Bryce Young.
I think they're going to.
Yeah.
That's why I say pass.
Yeah, but I would say smash.
I mean, you're biased.
All right. I also smash. You guys said everything. All right. Philly cheesesteak.
Smash.
Pass.
That's
Smash.
incredible.
Smash.
I can't believe you're not passing on a Philly cheesesteak.
Absolutely, dude. Cheese Whiz doesn't belong on fucking steak.
That's my fault.
Pass. But I'll add the caveat. I do like cheesesteak,
Yeah.
but I've had a lot better cheesesteak in different places than Philly.
I've had a lot better cheesesteaks
Okay, but
in
I thought
Philly that aren't the Philly cheesesteak.
But I thought you were just saying the sandwich itself and not from Philadelphia.
Okay,
no.
so if we're saying that, then I'll smash.
So I'm assuming the Philly cheesesteak is known to be like either Pat's or Geno's, and it's like that cheese whiz on the steak. Like that's a Philly cheesesteak.
I'm just calling bullshit because I don't think there's ever been a sandwich you haven't smashed.
No, you'll eat it. If somebody gives you a
You
cheesesteak
can
with
call
cheese whiz on
bullshit,
it, you might eat it. Though.
I'm joking.
Nah, man. I don't like them.
I get what you're saying.
All right, I get. All right, so next one. Wentz will be best QB in the division this year.
Pass.
pass.
Yeah, pass. I don't know if he's the best QB on his
He's
team.
Pass.
wow.
I also pass. I want to say smash to just be different, but I can't.
I think Carson Strong. Is it Carson Strong is not on there?
No.
Howell.
He was
Sam
on-
Howell. I think
yeah.
Sam Howell could
Yeah.
maybe win the
That's true.
the starting job at some point.
All right, Cowboys will miss the playoffs.
I have to say pass.
Pretty sure I picked that, so I'm saying smash.
No, you don't have them.
No, he
They're
has
not-
them
that's what
missing
I'm
the
saying.
playoffs.
I have
yeah.
missing the playoffs. I'm
Oh.
smashing.
Yeah.
He said Cowboys will miss the playoffs.
I have the Cowboys making the playoffs.
so
Yeah,
you're
so
passing.
you're passing.
And I'm
Pass.
smashing.
You're passing on this. It's a
Yeah.
statement, not a question. So
Yeah,
just keep
yeah.
that in mind.
Cowboys will miss the playoff.
I mean, you have them not making it.
He's
I
reminding you.
I am gonna say pass on this too.
So you're backtracking. You're backpedaling.
Yeah.
You got the Cowboys in the playoffs now. What changed? What
I mean-
changed in 2 weeks for you?
Well, tons of things change in 2 weeks, and I think we made that point.
Who you
We're-
taking
No,
out?
but I'm asking you, what changed for you with Dallas in
I
2
didn't.
weeks?
I didn't pick. I missed those episodes.
What?
So I don't think.
Oh,
I
you
did.
don't have. Yeah, you. Oh, you.
Yeah, I missed them. So,
So who said
Slimy,
he
you
has
slimy
them?
guy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You
So,
didn't pick
screw
his
you.
division.
screw you.
His wild card.
I
picks.
am going to smash because I want them to miss the playoffs. Okay. Commanders make the playoffs.
Pass.
Smash.
I thought you had them in the wild card, but
No.
maybe I'm wrong.
In my
I
first
did. I did.
think
first
we did,
rendition,
yeah.
but then I
Smash.
took him out.
Smash.
I'm gonna smash that.
I'm
Oh, wait,
going-
make the playoffs. I'm gonna pass
Yes,
it.
just
I'm
listen
pass
to the
it.
statement, guy. I'm gonna pass because I think Wentz is not good.
Can you say what you said again, just for clear audio? That was my fault.
Smash.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, Rocky Balboa.
I mean, I don't want to smash Rocky Balboa, but I guess smash. Like,
Why don't you want to smash him?
I mean, I don't really. You can get me
He's a good-looking guy.
Wait a minute.
trapped here.
4 of your top 5 celebrity hotties were
Always in the past, this guy.
It's a good point to bring up.
I guess smash.
Smash.
smashing, man. He's an icon.
Yeah, I'm smashing twice.
Yeah, you look like his brother. Smash.
Yeah, you know
I
what?
mean,
How,
Rocky Balboa.
how many have there been in five Rocky movies? I'm gonna
No,
smash it 5
there's been
times.
7.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah, well, I don't
mean, if
count
you
the
count-
creeds.
Well,
Becoming
no,
Fast and
there
Furious
was
now.
another one.
Did you say you're smashing all 7?
I said I'm smashing.
There
5
was
times.
Rocky 1 through 5, and then there was Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is a
This
great.
is one of the best
the
ones.
best.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, that monologue. Oh,
Hey,
Jesus.
if you don't cry,
Yeah,
if you don't
no.
cry a lot in that movie, then you're not alive.
Yeah, no, it's a great movie. All right. Miles Sanders will finish as a top 20 fantasy running back.
A top 20 fantasy running back.
That's right. So, starter in a 10-team league.
standard.
PPR. I think that. Right.
Here's what I was
It's
saying.
very close.
I was
will
trying
say-
to. He sounds like he's on in the goddamn spelling bee. Can you use them in a sentence?
Smash or pass, man.
when Mark finished speaking, I was gonna say smash, but barely.
You gotta just jump in there.
Pass. It's not top 20.
This is a little tougher than it should be. I did draft him just this past week.
Well, no one's confusing you with a good drafter.
I am going to say
20 is a big
pass because I think Jalen hurts him.
I will also pass because Jalen does hurt him, and that's a good pun. And I just think he'll probably get hurt and miss some time. Okay, next. Donovan McNabb is the best quarterback in Eagles history.
Oof.
Pass.
No, wait. I got to hear who is then in your opinion.
I was going to let you guys go through them. But
Oh, yeah, we'll go back around to you again.
So it's not Kevin Kolb, so smash.
Yeah.
I'm going to say smash overall. I think he's.
I'm going to say smash as well because why not?
Talent. He's
You
talent.
tell me why.
Didn't win a Super Bowl.
That doesn't.
But he
that
had
doesn't
a
matter.
lousy
Where's his
sporting
statue?
class.
Took you to like
He
5
had a
straight
lot.
championships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. And off our favorite quarterbacks, I mean, here's my first jersey ever, but I like Randall Cunningham a little bit more. I don't think he's the best Eagles
I like
quarterback.
Cunningham. I like Cunningham too, but I mean,
You ask any
he was-
Eagles quarterback or any Eagles fan, he'll be
guys are-
up there.
You guys are biased though.
Well, yeah, that's the point. I mean, who won us a Super Bowl? That's
Yeah,
the
I know,
biggest
but I'm
bias.
saying
Wentz.
if you take yourself outside of the box,
You don't get there without Carson Wentz.
That's yes.
Nick Foles
Yeah.
got lucky for a couple games.
It was a Cinderella
but-
story, yes, but Nick Foles is the one with the statues, the one with the ring, he's the one with the
Yeah, but
nickname.
McNabb had the
And he's back in Philly now, too.
the standard of success over an extended period of time.
He just signed him today.
Oh, really?
Oh, I didn't.
That's
this
what I
is-
read. I read that they signed him today. Unless
he's
it was
with
a
the
bullshit post.
He's with the Colts as a backup.
Yeah, unless it
So
was a
maybe-
bullshit post. They said that
They cut Gardner and
Stat
signed
check.
Nick.
Real quick before we get to the next one, what I was trying to say is McNabb had a standard of kind of excellence for a long period of time. They won the NFC East. Last time people like really repeated 5 years in a row, the 4 championship games. I mean, it's like saying Jim Kelly's not the greatest quarterback for the Bills because he didn't win a Super Bowl.
All good points, and if I had a few minutes to think about it, but just
Yeah.
knee-jerk reaction, pass.
they got me. They got me. It was
Yeah, they
fake.
got your dumbass. All right, next one. Emmitt Smith is overrated.
Pass.
I pass.
You hate to say it.
I fucking hate to say it. He's overrated where he's at, but he's not overrated.
So he's
This is
overrated
tough.
then.
He ran behind the best offensive line perhaps I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yes.
But I got to say pass.
I mean, you got to give the guys just desserts.
It's a Gator too, which it hurts to see.
It's pass, but with an asterisk for sure. All right. Big ass Texas steaks.
Pass.
You don't.
See,
Smash.
this is why I asked.
Dude, smash.
I also smashed. I mean,
I don't think
it's
I've
a
ever
steak.
had. I don't think I've had a genuine big ass Texas steak.
Then you don't know, huh? But I guess
Yeah.
you do have to pass. All right. Brian Westbrook is underrated.
Smash.
Underrated. Oh, smash. 100% smash.
Smash. Yeah.
Brian Westbrook, I hated him with all my love.
Oh, he's the
and
boy.
he was definitely underrated, so I smashed that.
Best Eagles running back ever.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Tony Romo was not that attractive.
Okay, so Tony Romo was not that attractive.
Correct.
So if you think he is that attractive,
Smash.
Pass.
Yeah, it's a smash. He's not that attractive.
He's okay.
I'm gonna pass. He's a good-looking guy.
Kind of looks like you. Just a little bit.
I'm
There you
gonna
go.
smash because I think there's a little too much hype about Tony's good looks when he was playing, especially. I mean, he's all right guy. He's a 7.
Well, I think it was the fact that he was packing
Seven's-
some.
hey,
He was
seven's pretty
packing
good.
some sausage, from what I hear. is
Seven's
why he
pretty
was,
good.
That's what you heard?
That's what I
Seven's
heard.
pretty good.
It's
I mean,
like
It's
a-
above average, but I think he was talked about back then, like
like
he's
he's Jimmy
dating
G.
he's dating
Like
pop
he's
stars.
Jimmy
Yeah,
G.
he's no
Yeah, calm
he's no
down.
he can't shine Jimmy
Now
G
be careful
shoes.
here, because if you bring up Jimmy G, that's the 3rd time in 3 episodes. So now there's a pattern.
I think Phil and I made how we feel about Jimmy G's
I don't
looks.
think I'm at your level.
I
though.
can't clip it anymore.
But he is a very good looking guy.
He's a good-looking guy. Yeah.
Can't hold a candle with Jimmy G. All right.
Yeah. Jimmy G.
NFC East is the worst division in football.
Pass.
Not historically. Right now.
Yeah, pass.
Okay.
No, I think this year I'm passing. I think they upgraded a bunch. I think it's going to be a very entertaining division.
Okay.
Trying to go through the divisions. I
Don't hurt yourself, old man.
I think it's close, but I'm going to say pass on this.
I'm also going to pass. I was expecting to get some smashes here. So.
Nope. AFC South's a thing.
All right.
I think Buffalo's division outside of Buffalo. Miami, maybe.
That's fair.
House of Cards.
Pass. Never seen it.
Pass. Never seen it.
Pass. I've never seen it.
Smash.
Has
You
seen
guys
it.
haven't seen it?
I've never seen House of Cards.
Oh
sir.
my God! You got the first.
And I
three
like Don
seasons are-
Cheadle too.
The first 3 seasons are
Is this in reference to a
Magnifique.
New York thing?
Washington,
Or is it-
D.C.
No, it's
Washington.
Washington,
Okay,
DC, yeah.
got it.
all right. Next one, Times Square.
Smash.
Smash. Except for New Year's Eve. Pass on New Year's Eve.
I'm gonna pass. I
passing too.
hate getting in there.
I hate it.
A bunch of tourists clogging it up.
It's cool like the first time you go, and then
Yeah.
it just sucks.
No, it's
really
cool.
hard.
That's why I say it's cool when it's not around the holidays.
I think it's iconic
Af-
for what it is. That's why I smash.
After your first time,
Yeah, it's
I
like,
try
all
to
right,
avoid
let's
it.
not go there. It smells. A lot of people.
yeah.
All right, last 2. 4:25 p.m. America's Game of the Week.
Can you define that a little bit
See,
for me?
you guys are supposed
Can
to
you
know.
use that? And that's,
I was gonna say smash.
Whenever the NFC, I'll cut this part. Whenever NFC plays each other, NFC East plays each other,
Yeah.
it's always the Game of the Week on Fox.
I hear-
4:25.
I hear Joe Buck and I'm saying
Always
smash.
Philadelphia Eagles, Cowboys, Philly,
I'm
Redskins.
the
smashing,
America's
dude.
Game of the
There's nothing better than interdivisional rivalries. Smashing.
I'll smash because I think these teams in particular hate each other quite a bit, and that makes it interesting to watch.
More
That's
than
funny
anybody.
for you. You're an AFC guy, right? So you don't.
we hate each other too, but
Yeah.
I think it rivals this. Like these teams hate each other.
All right, last one.
Wait, what'd you say?
Yeah, you do.
Well, oh, I did. Oh, I mean, smash, right? Yeah. I mean, before Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, Madden.
I can hear Joe Buck saying that in the back of my brain.
and it's just whenever they play each other, they always get that 4:30 game. So, and last one, I just mentioned them, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman.
I'm gonna have to smash.
I'm smashing, man. It would have been a pass a couple years ago because I hated Joe Buck. He's grown on me. His dad knew how to do it, and I've seen the documentary on Joe Buck. He's actually a pretty stand-up dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smash Aikman. It's hard to find much to. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Would you smash Troy Aikman?
He's a good-looking guy. Yeah.
He's decent looking. All right. I'm also gonna smash. I mean, it's Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. So I thought that went pretty well. We had a little miss with the 4:25 America's Game of the Week. I thought you guys would know what I was talking about.
I did, but I didn't know that's what you were referencing.
Yeah,
though. Like I
that's
heard
what
Joe
I'm
Buck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. Smash or pass. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but I think we're gonna keep doing it. We'll probably do.
I like it, man.
All
It's
of
fun.
the. Yeah. All right. So move on to our next section, Class of the Week.
I'm Ron Burgundy. You stay classy, San Diego. I'm Ron Burgundy. You stay classy, San Diego.
I gotta learn how to fade that out. Which one is it? The gain?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. All right. So who's our Class of the Week?
I will put it up there, and I don't think there could be anybody else but this.
Who we discussed earlier and
Yeah.
did not put her in our top 5.
Yeah. Well, again, she was right there almost.
I'm just dying.
So close.
Here are
not
your
lost.
roses, Serena. Congrats on a great career.
Yeah.
You put tennis on the map for a lot of people.
Yep. Yep.
It was a big story last week. I mean, just to see her win a couple rounds, and it was exciting. Even for somebody like me that doesn't follow tennis as much, it's just one of those moments where you see and it's like, all right, sports is pretty cool.
Let's face it, tennis is a young person's sport, and she's 41, post children, and she's still playing at the level that she's playing. I mean, tip of the cap, seriously.
And this is not to pander to anybody, but I do think that like when you look at Tiger and golf, he showed a generation of young black people that hey, we can golf, and I think a lot of this came out with Serena too. I think that she brought
And Venus.
Yeah. She brought a whole group of people that maybe didn't play a lot of tennis before and now are thriving in the sport because of her. I think that.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. So,
All right, yeah, Serena, shout out, Class of the Week. Moving on to, because football season is going to start, we're going to go to our super expert fantasy advice section.
What the hell is a rundown? What the hell is a rundown?
All right, so are we ready?
yeah.
What is the thing? What are you
I like that. I like that beat. That's a
Oh,
good
you
beat.
like that?
Man, I'm telling you, if we could still have children, we'd be having children this week.
Yo.
Jesus,
What the
man,
hell?
I am just...
You're hard.
So hard. I
Hey,
cannot
like a-
wait for Thursday.
That's an out of context clip. You're welcome.
Well, yeah, he's hard. You're hard. Like a diamond in an ice store.
Yeah,
Right.
you could
We
cut
want
glass.
we want more of those. So keep doing you, Mark.
All right.
Mark, yeah, Mark.
No, I was just letting you know how hard I was.
Fantasy.
That's
What-
where I was ending.
That's cool, but this is also the part where you talk about things.
Fantasy.
All right. So this is our fantasy rundown here. Week 1. Let's assume that everybody's drafts are over. I mean, it's Tuesday night. By the time you see this, it's Wednesday. It's the day before kickoff, so we're not going to give any more drafting advice. Now we're going to tell you how to utilize those people that you did draft this week. All right. Play your studs, right? I mean, there's no way around this. You know who you drafted. Those first 6 picks, they're all going in your lineup, right? We're going to tell you, you know, whether you drafted them or you're going to stream them. We're going to give you some insight on some defenses, some kickers, and who you should definitely start in your flex play. All right, and I think we're going to start. We're going to start to my right. We're going to start with Zach.
That was very beautiful, Mark.
We'll start with defenses, right? We go defense, kicker, flex.
So this was a defense that you maybe probably drafted because it's supposed to be a high prospect defense, but I'm going to go with the Saints defense for a few different reasons. One, when you look at the opposing team, especially for someone that you want to stream against, the Falcons have a new quarterback in a system that he's familiar with Arthur Smith, but I still think there's going to be in week 1, especially some growing pains. The Saints have a solid defense, and with their head coach being their old defensive coordinator, there's no growing pains there. And then the weapons in Atlanta can be neutralized. You know, you put a lot of focal points on Kyle Pitts, and then you kind of let the rest do their thing. But I think it's not going to be you're not facing the Chiefs or you're not facing the Dolphins with Hill, or the Saints defense is a good option for you.
Okay.
All right.
What about you?
I'm going to go with Baltimore this week, and I'll tell you why. So Baltimore is playing the Jets. They're playing in Jersey, but they're playing a Jets team that still doesn't really have an identity. It's a very young team. We don't even know who's starting quarterback week 1. There are reports that Zach Wilson might be ready to go.
Yep.
If not, it's going to be Joe Flacco, and Joe Flacco is a little long in the tooth. I don't think the Jets really have an identity. And Baltimore this year, I think, is supremely underrated defense. For me, John Harbaugh is the defense, what Belichick is the offense. And what I mean by that is Belichick's offense is always the next man up, right? You always see a replication of the guy before when he's gone. Harbaugh does the same shit on defense, man. Baltimore's defense is always pretty legit, even when it's young. Are there holes? Yeah, obviously there's holes, but I mean they haven't had the most potent offense in years past either. Hopefully they get that together with Lamar. But I do like streaming this defense this week against this Jets team without an identity.
Okay, and I'll go let Rocky collect himself there.
I appreciate that.
My defense is it's a little bit of an outlandish pick. I think most people will probably scoff at it a little bit, but this is a little bit of a gut thing here. I like Lovie Smith. I liked his defenses in Chicago. They had a lot of studs there that they don't necessarily have with the Texans right now, but I do believe they're going to come out with an edge. I think Indy, new quarterback, I think it's going to be a little bit of feeling stuff out, seeing. I just don't see this being a high-scoring game in general, so I would actually take the under here. But I do think they're going to a little bit of Dameon Pierce. They're going to control the ball, and I don't necessarily see the Texans winning, but I don't see Indy, lighting up the scoreboard. So
That's a good pick.
and they're available probably almost anywhere as a defense if you're really trying to stream.
Yeah.
I think it's a safe pickup.
100%.
So I'm picking the Dolphins, and to be honest with you, I'm blanking on who they were playing.
New England Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots. And so the reason why, thank you for that. And I love the fact that New England seems a little bit ill at ease. They don't know who's calling the plays. It's their first year without Josh McDaniels. I think they're ripe for the picking, at least in the first part of this season. And I think Miami's defense has a lot of studs on it.
The Patriots tend to start out slow the last few years.
They do, and I think the Dolphins, they have a great offense. I think they're going to look pretty good. A lot of weapons, which I think will keep the defense or New England's offense off the field. So I just have a gut that Miami's defense is going to look pretty good this year.
Okay.
Not bad.
All right, so let me hear your kicker for the week.
All right, so there's not much on this one, but I like Rodrigo Blankenship. I think, especially with AFC South, rivalry games. I can never say that fucking word, rivalry.
Rivalry.
It comes down
Rivalry.
to
My rivalry.
special teams and defense for those types of, like, there's either always a kick return or there's going to be like a lot of points scored by a kick or something. I like Blankenship.
Okay. What about you, Marcus?
This week I'm going with Greg Joseph, man. I'm going with the Minnesota kicker. They are playing Green Bay, but they're playing in the Dome. I mean, it doesn't really matter this time of year, inside, outside. You know, it's not windy, it's not snowing, it's just hot AF outside. But I think that this is going to be probably a pretty high-scoring affair. But I think Green Bay is actually a little bit better on defense this year. So maybe they don't get as many touchdowns as they would. I think they're going to move the ball, all right? So I think Joseph's going to have his fair share of opportunity to put a couple of them through the yellow wickets.
All right. What about you, Rock?
I think if you forgot to draft a kicker and you're looking for a stream, I like Cade York, the rookie out of Cleveland. I think he's going to be this year's Evan McPherson. He was booting 70-yard field goals in the preseason and in practice. I also think that without Watson and having Brissett, they're going to move the ball but maybe not be able to score touchdowns. And so I think he's going to perform pretty well for you.
All right. I'm going with Robbie Gould from the 49ers, who are playing your Bears. I think that this offense, Trey Lance, whatever, I think Shanahan's going to have them primed. I think they're going to be I think I like Ayuk. I like that whole offense. I think they're going to score a lot. But when they don't, Gold can knock it in. He was a beast last year. He missed, I think, 5 games.
Gold is a beast every year, man.
He was so. I was looking back at his stats last year. I mean, he had so many double-digit games. Yeah. I think like 5 or 6 off the top of my head that I remember.
Yep.
And I just like the matchup for him. I think they're going against a team that maybe towards the end of the year, hopefully, will be moving in the right direction. But they're not. I don't think they're going to be world beaters in week 1.
I think Robbie Gould, before he left Chicago, if I'm not mistaken, was like the second most accurate kicker in like NFL history.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think it goes to show, I mean, when you lose a kicker and you keep them until they're healthy again, too. I think that
is true, yeah.
Commitment to the team.
Seen a lot of that lately, especially in the last few years when they changed the extra point. It's been a real issue. Right?
Yeah.
I remember growing up, it wasn't like maybe 10 years ago, teams not running through kickers as much as they are now. It's pretty crazy.
It's ridiculous now.
All right, so what about our flex plays?
Yeah, so we kind of talked about how the Patriots defense might come off to a slow start, and I think Chase Edmonds is a player that you drafted, and depending on your team, it's like, do I keep him on the bench? Do I fit him into my flex? I'm more on the side of putting him into your flex, especially for being the beginning of the season. He's not going to be a spotlight on an offense that has Hill and Waddle and even Gesicki, too, that Mark likes a lot. The fact that he can be a safety net for a team that's trying to figure it out with a new head coach, new offensive system, with Tua who's not proven. So, I mean, Edmonds, with having no true competition behind him, especially after cutting Sony Michel, I think he's a good start for this week.
Well, and he's not hurt because it's week 1, so it's a good
I like
start.
that pick, man. Another Edmonds truther right there. Chase Edmonds for the win.
For 3 weeks.
All right. So, listen, Jerry Jeudy didn't score any touchdowns last year. Not at all, right? Huge disappointment. That should change week 1. Jerry Judy's going to make up for not scoring touchdowns last year. He might even get double-digit touchdowns against the goddamn Seahawks this week in week 1 with Danger Russ.
With going to get 10.
with Danger Russ in this revenge matchup against his former team in the Seahawks. I don't like the Seahawks defense. I like their secondary even less. I think Judy's got a lot to prove because he didn't score at all last year. And, you know, he's a phenomenal athlete, and he's finally got a quarterback that's going to be able to get him the ball. They're going to be able to spread it around. They have 2 dynamic running backs. He's got somebody across the field in Cortland Sutton that is an extremely effective wide receiver, and they got a pretty big-ass dude at tight end. You know, I think they're going to stretch that field, and I think Judy's going to go off this week. I think he's good for a score. I think he's good probably for triple-digit yardage and multiple catches. Get him in your flex.
All right, I'll go to mine, and this is I'm a little bit worried about the defensive matchup, but I'm going to actually go Allen Robinson with the Rams versus Buffalo. I love Buffalo's defense. However, their best people are going to be covering Cooper Kupp, and Poyer is hurt. Is going to play, but he's limping. He's not 100%, and I think that's going to give some room. I think Allen Robinson wants to come out and show that he's been forgotten the last couple of years, but that he's still every bit the receiver that we thought he was. Mm-hmm. And I think they've been kind of he's been underused. I think he's going to shine this year, and I think he's going to shine this week, working off the second or third best corner on the Buffalo defense.
Well, I think. Yeah,
No, you go.
I was gonna say I think there's a chance that a lot of times with guys like Cup, what they tend coaches to do is take their
Shut him out.
They'll take their best corner, put it on the secondary receiver, and then double team Cup. But
Very
even if
good.
that doesn't happen, I do think McVay's smart, and I think he's gonna want to feature A-Rob early to kind of take some heat
Yeah.
and open things up for Cup in the running game too.
Yeah. Well, I think Allen wants to perform. Like he wants to say those years in that dank, dark, shitty city are behind me now.
You're not going to get it. You're not
I'm
going to get
in
an
the
argument
sun.
here.
I'm in the sun.
He
Please
played
throw me
under.
the ball.
You're not going to get an argument. He played under Matt Nagy. His
Yeah.
best years were wasted in Chicago, 100%. I do like that pick. I like it less now because you're being an a-hole. But I love that pick. That was actually my pick before I had to pivot to Judy. Name Buffalo's best corner because everybody's injured. Poyer's injured,
Yeah.
may or may not play.
Yep.
Tre'Davious White is out. He's on the PUP, so I think he's out the first 4 weeks.
It's a good week to play the Rams receivers.
I think they're playing Khair Elam. I think they're playing the Florida rookie in the secondary. I mean, it's a great.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about the defending Super Bowl champions coming out against a Swiss cheese secondary. You know, this could be a really big game for Allen Robinson.
I agree, and I think there's another guy that's poised for a big game, and it's one of your guys, Kareem Hunt. They're playing Carolina. I think it's probably one of the most anticipated games of Week 1 just to see Baker playing the Browns and all that jazz, all that stuff happening, whatever. Jacoby Brissett, I don't trust them to push the ball down the field a lot. I think he's going to be dinking and dunking a bunch, hitting his tight ends, and I think the most talented pass catcher right now on the field for them that I've seen is Kareem Hunt.
Yeah,
I think he's a
100%.
guy that he plays. I mean, he runs well and all that, but when he gets the ball in his hand in the air, he makes things happen. He's a guy that can score 2 touchdowns, and you wouldn't blink about it. And I think for an upside play at your flex, he's a guy that on another team he's probably an RB1 or probably an RB2.
Yeah.
But so Kareem Hunt's my guy. I think he has the upside of a starting running back.
If you look at Kareem Hunt the last 2 years, and every game that he's played where he's been healthy, he scored almost. It's like unreal. He had 1 year where it was 8
crazy.
touchdowns. To me, they're going to do a lot of 2 running back sets, but they're moving Kareem out into the slot.
Yeah.
And I think it bodes well for what you're saying.
Well, it's good to see. You know, they're not running those 4 tight end sets that we saw in the
I
playoffs
hated
last year.
those. Yeah, I hated those.
That was ridiculous, man. Everybody was injured.
Yeah, I hated those.
All right, so I think that was good, man. I think, and next week we'll for anybody that's still watching. I mean, we're like an hour and 8 in.
Yeah, but we're almost done. We're almost done.
We'll continue to highlight certain things week to week. I think as we see the landscape develop in fantasy, whatever's going on, and if there's a rash of running back injuries, we'll focus on running back waiver wire stuff. I think it's probably the best way to go about
And
it.
again, you're going to be able to get this information from us too on Chalkboard because we're
Yeah.
posting
Yes.
a lot of this on Chalkboard.
And that'll be a lot more interactive.
Listen, the people that, I mean, draft day, we all focus on that so much. It's the highlight of my year. I love draft day. I enjoyed
day's
your
fun.
draft.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my draft. But the teams that tend to win are the teams that are picking up players based off of injuries that are looking deep. So pay attention and stick
Be
with
vigilant. Be vigilant. All right. So now, finally, we're back with our pick segment. I mean, it's been so. This is one of my favorite parts of the
This
show.
is mine too.
All right,
man.
I'll tell you
love
what.
This.
Last year, we had some different faces in here. So we got Zach, who came in at the tail end, but now we're here. We're solidified.
Well, we hope. He said he's got some
won
news
last
for
year?
us
Who-
at the end of the show.
No,
Let's
we
hope that it's
stopped. I
good
don't
news.
remember.
us. Oh, no.
It is-
I
you
remember.
you beat me, right?
Yeah.
I was close.
Yep,
you
I
beat
won.
me.
Hey, I don't think anyone
you
finished
mounted
the-
a great comeback.
Yeah,
You did.
I mouthed.
But
I remember I was 4 for 4 in a conference.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
right.
you
You
should.
were. That was good.
All right,
Yeah.
so let's preface this, right? We're gonna do 4 picks every week.
We're
right?
changing it this year.
We are changing it. So 4 picks every week. There are 6 points up for grabs. So you have 2 1-point games. Then we have our dog. So you have to pick an underdog worth 2 points, and you have to pick your lock of the week, also worth a potential 2 points.
It's immortal lock of the week. Okay.
the immortal
Yeah.
Lock of the week.
Like
I
it's
don't know how I missed that.
I don't know how you missed that. It was right in the chat.
It was right there.
But anyway, so yeah, that's
Immortal.
what we're doing, and we're gonna keep. Mark is gonna keep track. So if anything gets fucked up,
it's his fault.
it's blame Mark.
Yeah. Hashtag blame Mark.
But it'd be fun, and we didn't come up with like a wager, but we are going to. So we will have that
Well,
next
suggest.
week.
I'd love you guys to suggest.
I mean, the
a
show's
waiver.
already an hour and 10 minutes. I don't want to work it out on air.
No, I'm saying I want them to suggest.
Oh, yeah. People, I thought you were asking us to
I-
suggest
No,
right
I
now.
want them to suggest.
Yeah, suggest. They're going to suggest the worst things. But suggest. But we're going to work it out. And next week we will have the wager, regardless of anybody's record. So if you go 0-4,
Too bad.
Yeah, you start.
it will be more interesting with
we're
the point
doing it.
system.
We're doing it on a weekly basis.
Yes.
Doing what on a weekly basis?
Yeah. Remember last year we kept track every week.
What
Oh
would you-
no. Oh, I thought you were saying. I thought we were
Oh,
doing
no,
like
no,
the
no.
punishment.
Oh no.
No, I mean,
End
maybe.
of the year.
Maybe.
Yeah.
See, this
Maybe
is,
something small every week.
this is hashing it out on air.
Yeah, let's not do that.
So why don't we go right
So
to?
this is what
Yeah.
we're going to do. We're going to go one by one.
Yep.
I'm going to let you go. We will make our locks last. So nobody give away their lock.
Yes.
Is there a particular order you want to go in? I will go last, but we could switch it since you went last.
Why don't we do our
first
2
before.
1-point picks?
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what I
our
thought.
and then our dog and then our lock.
That's what I
Okay,
thought.
but how about
No,
you go
I
first?
thought so. We were gonna do 3 picks. We're gonna save the lock for
Yeah.
last.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we'll do
Yeah.
the 3 picks and then
Yeah.
we'll go back around.
So
for
so we're gonna do
He's
our.
going to do our 2 1-point picks,
Yeah.
right, but
and then the dog.
Yep. And
That's
the
all he
dog.
said.
Yeah. No, I did. No, you got it correct.
I can be an example
Okay, all right.
yeah.
if we need to see it.
You
in
wanna
real
go
time.
first? Okay.
I can. Sure.
Okay, go for it.
So I'm gonna go with the Saints minus 5.5 points. I think my week 1 theme is teams that have consistently or have been the same at least going through the offseason.
Real quick, let me cut you off. You're going to start over. Before the show, we said that we're going to do the dog random.
yeah, that's
So
what
that we can
that's why
bark.
I was putting
Because
that
he
in
was
there.
saying, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't put, let's all do it at different times so that we could do, we're going to bark when somebody
That's the reason
picks
why you're
dog.
going to give 3 picks because the dog will be the bark. So it'll be
So wait.
random. So we're not going to go around the table. Dog, dog, dog. It's
What
gonna
he-
be in your 3 picks.
What Rocky was saying is like, when he goes, he
Yeah.
should pick 1 point, then dog.
Oh yeah.
What I'm saying is we're going to do a random.
Okay.
Because we're going to bark
All right,
when
so I'll
somebody
start
makes their
differently.
dog pick.
I'll start differently. Don't bark at the first one, but it's an underdog. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, say this is my dog when you go to your dog.
Okay, I got
Okay.
you. So then,
All right.
okay, either way.
All right, so go ahead,
All right.
Zach.
All right. So one of my first teams I'm going to pick is going to be Cards plus 6.5 against the Chiefs. I think they're at home. Hollywood and Color Brown should be good. They've played together before. The offense and defense pretty much stayed the same. There's not too much going on there. And honestly, I think the Chiefs without Hill is bigger than you're going to think it is. I don't think it's being talked about. It's basically Adam is going off the Packers, in my opinion.
Okay.
That's my first team. Second one's going to be Saints minus 5.5. I think that's a team that kind of didn't really do much in the offseason as far as like the management goes, and they're playing an Atlanta team that doesn't know who they are. So I like the points there. And then my third team is going to be my dog of the week. And you have to, I love that howl
good.
at the,
The
end there.
wolf.
Yeah. So hear me out on this. I'm going Seahawks plus 6.5.
Okay.
It's going to be a home game. It's going to be the first Monday night game. I think Geno Smith and Pete Carroll have stayed together for long enough. He's the starter. He's played in primetime games. It's going to be more so the 12 being loud because Russell Wilson is back. Do I think they win the game? No, but I think it's not going to be one of those games that everyone should just cast away and have the Broncos just winning because it's Russell Wilson and a new look Broncos team.
Touchdown is not nothing on the road, so
It's not.
Yeah.
Mark, why don't you go next?
All right, I love the fact that you're starting with that as your lock because that's 2 points that you're leaving on the board there for the rest
That's
of us
not
there,
the
fella.
lock, but that's the dog.
Alrighty. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the 2 points.
they're both 2 points, right, Mark?
You said it.
Huh?
The lock and the dog both are 2 points.
Each. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So he's leaving 2 points on the board there with his because I'm saying that his dog isn't going to come through.
Yeah, no, but you said lock.
I said dog, didn't I?
No, you
Said
said lock.
lock.
Oh shit.
Neutralized.
Cut this part and we'll.
Ratioed.
All right. So let's see my picks here. I'm gonna go with a team given 5.5 to a total shit bag of a team in the Giants. I'm gonna go with Tennessee. Tennessee minus 5.5. I think.
Go Giants.
I think Derrick Henry's probably going to run all over this defense. I don't know if it's a good thing that they cut Blake Martinez. I don't know if that means that they have stronger value at linebacker, or if
you
that's
asking,
like
or-
yeah. I honestly don't know. Is it that they have somebody that can like easily replace him, or is it like a
It wasn't a money thing either. I think he just didn't fit.
yeah?
They run a 3-4 now. He's a 4-3 linebacker.
Yeah.
All right. At any rate, Tennessee minus 5.5.
There you go.
My dog. Guess what? I know you guys are high on this Shanahan offense, but I'm not high on Trey Lance, man. Trey Lance got to go out there and prove himself. I'm going Chicago +7 at home. Chicago went 3-0 in the preseason. I'm not a firm believer in the preseason.
Hey, hold
but
on. Say that again.
Chicago went 3-0 in the preseason.
Look at the camera, though.
I did. Chicago went 3-0 in the preseason.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not a firm believer necessarily in preseason, but what it did show me is it showed me that they gelled because Fields looked fantastic in that dress rehearsal. He had the 3 touchdowns. He had 100 and some odd yards. He looked really, really good.
Ain't nothing like the beginning of the season.
Nothing like the beginning of the season. They are at home, and they're getting 7. Do they win outright? I don't know that they win outright. I think San Fran is very strong, but I think that Trey Lance will make enough mistakes to keep this game close. I like Chicago +7.
Okay.
And then my third game there that I do like is I like another team going up against a shitbag of a team. You know what? I think Baker Mayfield is right, man. He's going to make Cleveland eat shit here. I like Carolina -2. I like Baker Mayfield. I think he's going to turn full ape at the end and just start throwing shit at the other sideline, and you're going to really turn that city brown.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go, and I'm going to start with my dog. So, where's my dog? So my dog is actually the reverse of what you just said. I picked Cleveland getting 2.5 points over Carolina. I think I'm hoping Baker is the Baker of the Baker. That's who he is. I hope
points.
Baker is Baker.
Don't try to squeeze another half point in there.
2
2
points. I think the Browns are better than what people think. I think that it's going to be in Carolina. You don't have to worry about any kind of weather. But Carolina fans, they're not really known to support their team. It's not a home field advantage like a home field advantage is
You hear that,
in
Carolina
Chicago. It's true. It's not like Chicago or Cleveland. You're not dealing with the dog pound. I think it's going to be a good game, and I think the Browns are going to win. Just
What's
on the basis.
Snoop Dogg got to do with this
Listen,
shit?
just on the basis of handing the ball off to Chubb and short passes to Kareem, I think the Browns are going to take this.
What does Daz got to do with this?
And then for my other 2 games, I'm going to go the Jaguars +2.5 over Washington. I think the Jaguars are going to start pretty strong. I like some of the changes they made. I think not having Urban as coach is going to help them. And I think Washington is suspect because of Carson. I think he's going to make some mistakes, and Jacksonville's going to have enough to beat them.
No Carson Wentz revenge against Doug Peterson.
Yeah. And then I picked Saints.
What are you doing?
3. I'm taking 3.
Okay, I thought you already said.
Oh, you only got through 2?
Okay.
Yeah.
You're talking for a while,
Jesus,
sorry.
man.
So should I let you
No, keep going.
I'm long-winded?
No, it's fine.
Damn.
We're not on ESPN. You can just keep going.
I like Saints also with you. I like Saints giving up 5.5 points against Atlanta. I don't think Atlanta knows who they are yet, and I think the Saints are a good team.
I agree with that. All right.
I think
and
Atlanta knows they're the
I agree.
Falcons.
I agree with you for my first pick. I'm also taking the Jags +2.5. I don't buy the Commanders thing. I don't buy Wentz. I think they're living off the ghost of Ron Rivera there. No pun intended with that. It's just I don't know. Defense underperformed last year. I don't see it. I do think the Jags are going to look better. Going to be re-energized. New coaching staff, Doug Peterson, all that jazz. They'll be good. I think they'll be strong out of the gate, and I don't see that happening for the Commanders. All right, my second pick is my dog. And unfortunately for you, I am taking Detroit +4.
Ruh-roh.
They're a home underdog. I'm not going to pass up on them when I don't know what Philly is.
Or
I know
Detroit.
everybody is picking them. I'm not sure what they are, and I'm drinking the juice on Dan Campbell a little bit with the Lions.
Can I interject here real quick? I hate
This
Philly.
is why mine was long, and
we know I hate Philly. I think I'm looking forward to watching this game the most out of all the games.
It's one of the
this
most.
week.
I'm interested in this game.
This
yes, for
game
sure.
has so many fantasy implications. I cannot wait to watch this game.
There's a lot of good games this week. There's
Yeah.
a lot of like ex quarterbacks playing.
Yeah.
I think there's just a lot of intrigue this week.
It's always fun, man.
Just
It's
how the
NFL,
NFL drew
man. Red Zone is going to be so much fun. All right, then my third pick here is I'm taking Tampa Bay, the old Bucks -2.5 at Dallas, and I am taking them because I just don't know that I trust Dak Prescott to go out and beat Tom Brady right now. Even though he's got a bunch of shit going on, they're missing their best player, their left tackle. They're banged up, and I don't know. I think They've been there, done that. The Bucs, they know how to win. It's a primetime game. I don't think Brady's going to go out there and lose. All the distractions aside. I trust a distracted Brady a lot more than I trust Prescott. And I don't think that defense in Dallas is scaring anybody. So I'm taking the Bucs. I think you take that one to a bank for a field goal. They got to beat them by a field goal. That's it. Tom Brady can get the ball with a minute left and drive down and kick in 3. That's all he has to do to win.
Yep.
That's all you got to do to cover. I mean, that's money in the bank to me.
Yeah, sounds like it when you put it that way.
It's time for our immortal locks. You guys ready?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I like it.
Pretty good.
All right, so
Dude,
practicing that.
that's fire, man. That's hot.
all right, thanks, guys.
Oh, that's fire.
Even leading in with that, did you mean to lead in with the laugh? Because you were kind of laughing when you
No,
went
I was
in.
just
That's
laughing
good,
at
actually.
myself.
But
That's
it
good.
worked so
Yeah.
well.
Okay.
It's like don't
Don't make me
maniacally.
blush, guys.
All right, so my first immortal lock of the season is going to be Ravens -7. Do I need to explain this? They play the Jets that are already kind of a dysfunction because of quarterback health and identity. And I think the Ravens are going to have a comeback year, and it's going to start week 1.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that line.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder why they're putting that
Yeah,
line
Vegas
out there.
knows.
Yeah, Vegas does know. All right, my immortal lock of the week is I'm just going to piggyback on what you guys said already. I don't need to add any more to it. New Orleans -5.5.
Okay. I'm going to pick my lock is Baltimore, just like you, over the Jets for a lot of the reasons you're saying. I hope it's Joe Flacco, too. I want to see Baltimore versus their old QB.
Yeah, that'd be a fun storyline. I mean, I do want to see Wilson play, but yes, I'd be happy with either. All right, and my lock is Miami -3.5 versus New England. And just a couple points. New England struggles in Miami. It's early in the year. It's hot as balls in Florida. They're coming from the Northeast. I think that does have an effect in a game. First game of the season. As much as these guys play and practice, they're not in football shape for 4 quarters. Same reason why I like Broncos early in the season. That heat, history, little bit of indecision or chaos going with the coaching staff. They start slow. I think it's a prime spot for Miami to make a statement. They're going to take some chances, I think, down the field with Tariq and Tua. I see them winning easily.
And you're right, man. It's hot as balls. I came down from the Northeast 7 years ago, and I still sweat my balls off down here
this
during
is
the season.
it's
You
a
don't get
different
used to this.
hot.
It is a different hot. Like, I constantly have, like, sweat under my tits. Like, it's ridiculous, man. It is so bad.
I have to say, terrible vision, but you're 100% correct. I was at a theme park yesterday, and it felt more humid than I've ever felt it in Florida.
I don't remember. I don't think it's been this hot
I
in
think
7 years.
they're going to come in and say, "What?" It's like breathing in soup if you're from up north.
Yeah.
So
So that's our picks, man. I think we have some interesting stuff to look forward to. We're going to be in the group chat over the weekend. That'll be fun. We'll keep up, and you guys keep up with us. Give us those suggestions for punishments or dues or league or whatever we're going to go with. Hey, and bet some of these. I mean, if you like, I think we're going to do all right. Last year
we were like 60-something%.
Yeah, and I mean the pros. You hit over 55%. You could basically make a living off this stuff. So we're hitting a good clip, and
And I think we might try to we might post a couple of like our dailies and some pick'ems and stuff like that too. I think right.
on chalkboard.
I've been
especially if we look good after the first.
because I've been nailing some pick'ems already during the preseason. So
It keeps your betting record. That's why I think it's fun too.
And the other thing we did talk about doing is maybe picking some of the other games that we're not given here.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'd be pretty easy. We'll talk about that, but that may be something that we bring there. Well, that's the show. I mean, it's good to be back. It's good for football to be back. It's great that we're getting out here a little bit earlier than usual.
still finishing the same damn time.
Listen, find us at our socials, at UFL Podcast on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter. And if you're watching us here on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Keep keeping on. We love you. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.